Driven by hunger, war, or the search for work, hundreds of millions of rural poor people have migrated to the world's cities over the past century. Today, over 1 billion people live in often desperate conditions in urban slums, sometimes without the basic necessities of life, much less the freedom and joy of the good news of Jesus. Servant Partners is developing a missional framework to assess slum communities and move forward in partnership with the poor to catalyze long-term reproducible change. The mission of Servant Partners is to create churches that transform urban poor communities, and so our missional framework seeks to address this question. What are the results when churches begin transforming an urban slum in the power of Christ? We see 8 signs of a transforming community.
Active discipleship,
business loans,
emotional recovery,
issues of wealth and poverty.
We are wanting every person to really establish a joyful, vibrant relationship with Jesus.
holistic churches that really serve their communities.
Churches working together to make a difference.
How can we strengthen civil society? And we use community organizing as a means to that end.
Where we work together with elected community leaders.
The most beautiful thing of the organizing efforts is that they build community.
On the trash heaps started school for some of these kids. Now they have preschool up through high school. There's over 800 students, and they are committed and passionate about Jesus.
Help them to think about things in a new way.
Moral teaching of what does this mean for your life.
The people who were able to engage in spiritual decisions and spiritual discussions were those who had jobs. Business ethics sorts of classes where we can communicate truths of the gospel.
So many people are mired in trauma, in pain, in low self-esteem, in stuff that has broken their spirit.
How do we get into their lives to address issues of addiction?
What are we doing about marriages and families and sustaining families together?
Through domestic violence prevention.
They've started marriage classes.
Children's rights education through sexual abuse prevention.
This one community got started literally on the dump.
And instead of trash, sports, culture.
They would play games, they would teach about washing hands. It was a huge hit.
If we want to see sustainable transformation, systems need to change.
How do we be an advocate for them?
Talk about race and ethnicity and class.
All of these things we believe Jesus is doing for the sake of really transforming us as individuals, our families, but then ultimately our community.
Develop leaders
Issues of wealth and poverty.
Jesus is at work among the poor, and he invites us to participate with him. We encourage you to deepen your walk with Jesus by partnering with us. You can learn more about the 8 signs of a transforming community at servantpartners.org.